anywhere. All right? I'm tired of you motherfuckers. Leave Fresh. Leave Fresh. He's only a dude. He's only a dude. Well, f*** you. All right?
The Manosphere is because it's all based on lies. A lot of things I'm just talking about, they sound ridiculous if you are not in that world, but if you are in that world, yeah, guess what? There are men who are suffering, and there are a lot of men who are suffering and looking for answers online. And those same men who are suffering and looking for answers online, and for a variety of reasons, it sucks to get rejected. It sucks to have heartbreak. It sucks to not be able to do the things that you're told make you a successful man in a patriarchal world, right? What do you have to be a good man? What's the ideal masculine? Well, you have to be an earner, a provider, and a protector. You have to be able to succeed in this cruel game we call capitalism. And if that game is really cruel and you can't succeed, well, that sucks, because you're less of a man. Within that same game, you have to have game itself. You have to be able to pick up women. You have to be able to be desirable to women. And in that, you are fighting a war. And this constant war is one, if you have a huge disadvantage, but you can get the advantage just by signing up for all of our, exclusive communities. If you sign up for an exclusive Discord, you got to pay a little bit of money, but we'll unlock all these secrets on how to truly smash the puss. If you're Andrew Tate, you got to buy an entire course by him, either teaching you how to become broke ass from fucking buying and selling cryptocurrency, or being broke ass from spending all this money on their courses, right? Like, if you are constantly spending money to buy this shit, the thing that sucks about it is that it truly is, and this is going to be ironic for some, but it truly is men hating content as well. It doesn't just hate women. It hates men and the very idea of men, because it is constantly selling them all this shit that is going to get them and keep them miserable. The way to become a fresh and fit style success is to be fresh and fit, right? It's like, hey, I'm going to teach you all to have my life. The life that you are paying for, the life that you're making possible. I wouldn't have this if you didn't watch me and you weren't a little bit sad and you didn't constantly come to this place for community where you think you can then become just like me. But I am super rich and I am super successful and I'm surrounded by beautiful women all the time because of the fact that I'm fresh and fit, and this is the show that we have. And obviously, because our show is so massive, women want to come on this show. It doesn't matter if they're coming on to debate us, doesn't matter if they're coming on to challenge us, they're still getting a massive platform to go on. They can promote their, their Instagram accounts or their influencer accounts or whatever they have. And so people are going to come on here and look at this. I'm surrounded by beautiful women all the time. I'm super rich. I'm super famous. You could have this too. If you want to have this life, you just got to follow my teachings. And it turns out some of those teachings were a lie. So there was a meltdown that you might have seen go really viral, which what I love about all of this is that they got a lot of kind of like video game style themes going on, mostly GTA, right? A very GTA aesthetic. We got GTA style graphics in the background, GTA fonts being used down here, all this GTA stuff. And I was thinking, as soon as I saw the meltdown take place, that if like the Manosphere was a video game, this is the bad ending. This is like, if there's multiple endings, let's say five endings you can get. What you are witnessing or going to witness today, unfortunately, is the bad ending. You got the bad ending. You got to try harder next time.
It's a Fresh Hit Podcast, man. Regular edition is Friday. We were actually going to do an IRL stream today, but
this came up.
This came up, so now we got to go ahead and address it because it's all over X and all over the internet because, people love drama and love gossip, and it's kind of ridiculous that we have to go ahead and talk about this. But I guess
maybe not the worst ending, the bad ending.
So, quick announcement before we get into the show, rumble.com/freshfit, as you guys know.
Yeah, that's the trick, though. All 5 endings are bad if you play the game.
Oh, that is the home base for us. CastleClub.tv. Also, new Instagrams. Not Unplugged Fit is my new one that I just made. And then what's yours? You made one too, right?
So
we got canceled.
There's one out there that says not Freshman CEO. That is not me, actually.
Yeah, what's your real one?
So CEO Network Life.
CEO Network Life.
Yeah.
Okay, and then not Unplugged
Fit. The one that you're following now.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So we already got 8,600 y'all in here on YouTube, and then 5,000 on Rumble. Man, people love drama, I guess, huh?
I'm telling you. But guys, if you're watching for the first time, watching a long-time viewer.
Okay, very smart. Plug everything, but I'm gonna skip over the plugs and get right to the content.
Some of y'all. But anyway,
it's funny because people tell a story without the full story.
Of course,
I think they know everything, and it's just like
they don't know everything.
Chilling, relaxing.
They're just, they got all this to say. You know what I mean? And the reality is, man, we pay a lot of people's bills, man. Like people say, "Oh, Fresh and Fit," like you're only irrelevant. But as soon as something happens, all you guys do, "Oh, let me talk about Fresh and Fit. Oh, look at this. Did you hear about this?"
And isn't it funny?
Crazy.
A 3 or 4 is telling a story. and they believe it.
And all the simps are believing
line and sinker.
Who like trust these two hosts. They have a parasocial relationship with them. They followed them for a long time. They watch all their content, and they're constantly telling them all these things like, you got to be a real man. You got to take responsibility. All right. If you've got a child, you've got to raise that child. If you've got, if you're not pulling in the right numbers, you shouldn't be using sex workers and stuff like that. That's cheating. All right. You should be able to do this shit on your own. And only simps would be doing that kind of stuff. And only simps waste their money on women and stuff like that. That woman has to be devoted to you. You have to make women beholden to you. All this kind of stuff.
We brought in the big guns for this one because we knew
best attorney for divorce and family matters, James Sexton, in the house.
He brought his lawyer. Nice.
From New York.
Gentlemen, it's all fun and games until the lawyer shows up,
Yeah, man. Obviously, we ain't messing around on this one because, I mean,
it's serious.
Obviously, we were making some jokes on last week or whatever about it, but no, man. I mean, this is some pretty serious stuff. So
yeah. This is this is as serious gets. I appreciate you guys having me on. I've been talking to both of you for quite some time, and as soon as I can get my
Okay, maybe before we hear the lawyer speak, I should give you the leaks themselves, because if you haven't seen them, oh my, yeah. Well, we'll start there, all right? Denims has posted the fresh and fit logs. So the sex worker that Fresh is alleged to have impregnated has leaked these logs publicly. So this is not, doxing of any kind. These logs are now public information, and they've already been available for some time. So I was going to read them for you all. All right, let's start at the beginning. So the first leak log from the sex worker to Fresh shows the 2 separate birth control tests, which are both showing positive. And it says, "You always told me you wanted to be your baby's mother. I loved you and I did everything to be a good girlfriend. Now this is happening. You walked away. I think you want to keep the baby. I don't want to kill alive. I want you to think carefully and take the responsibility. I'll call you shortly. Take your time." Phone call. Then, "I can't have kids. Take responsibility for your actions." What's this? Read it. Blood test. Pregnancy blood test. I know, but what does it mean? I don't understand the numbers. 3 to 4 weeks, doctor says. Oh, okay. She got a paternity test to prove that the baby was in fact his. It's our baby, and you want to kill our baby. You are not being a good human. It's not about what's right now. It's not a good, and a lot is happening, especially now. Business may be over. I don't want kids right now, and we spoke about it, and you agreed. I never agreed. I agreed based on your actions. Are you not educated? If you come inside me and I will get pregnant? I don't get pregnant without your behave. Words mean nothing. Man up. I'm not saying I want to be with you. Don't. Because you are nothing to me, but the baby is innocent. You should have a kid with someone you are in love with in the same household. It won't be what you expect. Man up. I'm telling you now so you know. I don't expect anything more since we are not together. I got pregnant with you when I was in your house and when I was in love. You wanted to have the baby. If you didn't, you did come in me with your own pleasure. Be logic and be a man. I don't get pregnant by myself. It's not fair for the baby. What are you saying? We are not together and won't be. Why would that be good for the kid? So why did you keep come inside of me? All things happen, and yes, feelings change, and bringing the kid into the world without both parents' love is cruel. We both thought you wouldn't get pregnant. All I'm saying is that you should take the responsibility for what you did. I'm a victim in this relationship, and I'm carrying your babe. You act like you don't care, and you don't want nothing. Also, now I'm worried I have to test other girls, at least 4. Another girl, 4 girls. You're saying you had sex with 4 girls without protection? I hope you have all the money for your children's support. You finally admit you are fucking trash. I don't have money. Good luck. Lol. You will see. And then a separate story on Facebook was posted. This is a story between me and the podcaster known as Fresh. I met him on November 21st in Miami, and I fell in love with him. We spent a few years together. That's the time when he asked me to be his girl, to commit to him, and he posted a video of us on social media. He said to me, quote, "I love you. I don't want you to be with any other man." A few days later, he asked me to meet his mom. Everything went well. I showed him and his mom my respect. He defended me on the podcast from the rumors, and that's the moment I truly fell in love with him. But this is where the game begins. I left Miami on January 8th, traveled back to China for Chinese New Year. That night, before we had a serious conversation, he said he sees me like someone he wants to spend his whole life with, and I told him that I was going to have to move to Miami for him. From then, he started a long-distance relationship for 2 months until I traveled to Barbados. I met his entire family there. Therefore, I'm not both in control, and we had a sexual behavior without protection. I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. He asked me many times, "What if you get pregnant?" My answer towards him was always, "Yes, I want to keep the baby. I don't mind having the baby with you." So proof, pictures of them together. We had a mutual understanding. He's not a monogamous person, that me and him both have needs in our own space. So I suggested him help me rent an apartment. And he said, I want you to have the things you want, as you understand me. 10 days later, a morning after we had lunch with his sister, he broke his promises and said that he told me he loved me, but he wants to see it in the long term. He wants a plan a future with me. Instead of renting an apartment and better buy a new house, which I think is completely lying and making excuses for it. He used me. He hurt me. He was a cheater, a huge gamer. A huge gamer. I hope you have all the money for your children's support. You finally admit that you were fucking trash. I don't have any money. Good luck. Lol, you will see. Nobody cares about your money. Good. Also, I know you don't want to raise a kid by yourself. You need a man that's going to be there with you, and we aren't even together. Forget the money part. I want to keep the baby. I will raise it by myself, but you'll have to take responsibility. I don't need a man, especially I don't need a man like you. Why you want a kid with someone like me? Makes no sense, but okay. Because I'm not a killer, and when I was with you, I loved you. Because I only realized now I was with the wrong person and you lied to me. Does this make sense? I thought you were smart. Say less. I didn't lie to you. It's not about being a killer. It's about doing what's best for us and also the child. I would be very selfish to bring this child into the world with no fully committed parents. Neither of us are ready to deal with something like this. It's selfish to make me pregnant and left me and lie to me. I'm not selfish. You are. You should worry about the 4 other girls you fucked with now. Learn from your lesson, because I learned mine from you. Babe, I was with him in December. Maybe take an STD test ASAP. I did it when I was with him. He only admitted today that he had sex with another woman without protection. So this is DMs between this individual and another person. We didn't use protection, and he came in me multiple times. I've been tested and I'm clean. Are you okay, love? I'm sorry what he did to you. I didn't know about you. I'm staying with this till mid-December. So these are the leaked logs now, which I guess the lawyer is going to talk about.
Myself out of a courtroom into Miami. I'm excited to spend some time with you. But
please do.
Yeah, when I spoke to Walter earlier today, I said, all right, well, you know what? I think I got to jump on and be the one to say a few things, because I know he is dying to say a whole bunch of things. And a lot of those things he got to discuss with me that are subject to attorney-client privilege. But to then share them with the world right now is a challenging kind of a thing, and would be absolutely against my advice. Sorry to spoil the party to everyone who wanted to hear all the salacious details at this moment. However, there are some things that need to be said, and I'm happy to say them. What I'll say, first of all, is
I'm really happy I did that in the order I did, because you now have the details. So if you're wondering on those salacious details that no one is allowed to learn about, there you are. You know, the text messages, the back and forth, the repeated insistence that you should take responsibility for having, again, come multiple times inside of me from the individual who's accusing him. So that's just out there for the world to see now.
You know what? I have good news and I have bad news. You've had a hell of a week, so I'm going to let you pick which you want first. You want the good news first? You want the bad news first?
Man, it's been tough, bro. Yo, just give me good news, bro. Here's the good news, man.
Good news? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the good news. There's a lot of question as to when a man can truly say he's successful. You know, I have a client who's worth $8 billion. I represent professional athletes, celebrities, primarily because I'm based in New York City. I represent a lot of people in finance, hedge fund people, crypto people. And there's always a question about, when are you really successful? Is it your first 10 million when you become an 8-figure kind of guy? Is it the first time you buy a Lambo and you pay cash for it? Is it the first time you fly private? Is it the first time you buy a jet? Is it when is it? And what I will say, as someone who's been practicing family law for 25 years, is a man is really not truly successful until the 304s come out of the woodwork and say, I have your baby. I'm pregnant with your baby. I need to talk to you.
So you made it? That's what you're gonna go with? Wow, that's a wild angle. Yeah, you know you made it when people start asking you for child support. Yeah, that's how you know. You know, before that happens, you might not know how successful you are or famous, but that's when you truly know that you've made it.
You about the baby. What are we gonna do about the baby? And surprisingly, instead of having that conversation like a civilized human being with a working prefrontal cortex, most of the time what they choose to do is to post it on social media, because that's absolutely what a good future mom, potentially, or rational human.
So again, if you're trying to stay impartial, you're not doing that very well right now, because you're definitely doing some mischaracterization, or perhaps you were trying to essentially assassinate the character of the mother in this case, right? Being like, well, I mean, it's not very responsible for someone who says that they want to be a good mom and raise this child and start a family to be posting all of this stuff on social media. Quite salacious, I might say. Certainly calls into character, you know, of what she is, so who she is, what she's all about. Is she after money? Is this about the money? I mean, it's certainly, I'm not going to put that out there. Obviously, it would be a little bit salacious for me to say, but I'm saying you could speculate as to what her motives are if she would do something like this.
Being who's not just looking to shake someone down for money would do, you go right to social media. It certainly isn't the kind of thing a clout chasing no one would do. So ultimately, I want to congratulate you. That's the good news, is that you have officially arrived, my friend, and you are sitting among some of the greatest, most celebrated, wealthiest people in the world, many of whom I have represented, but you never heard anything really about it other than the little momentary blip that it came up, if at all, because they did what is now unfortunately going to be the bad news. And that is, there are two words, my friend, that are not in your vocabulary currently, and they haven't been for years, and it's the reason why you're successful. But you need to repeat those two words after me, so let's practice together right now. Ready? No.
No.
Comment.
Oh, comment. Okay. Okay.
No.
No.
Comment.
Comment. All right. All right.
Okay, so you've got to learn to say that.
Wait.
And it's really unfortunate because I know you are dying to talk about many of the things, many of the counter narrative, the facts, as opposed to the.
This is so weird. I can't believe you brought the lawyer on just to be like, all right, so I'm just going to teach you what to do before this whole segment starts. And if you want my actual legal advice, shut the fuck up. You don't have to give away any of this for free, okay? Just shut the fuck up.
The way that things are weaponized and weaponized inappropriately, the massive holes in stories, that there's a lot to be discussed. But revenge is a dish best served cold.
Wait,
right now, there are civil and criminal penalties for the kinds of behaviors that we're looking at right now. So I want you, as your counsel, and again, you're free to ignore my advice. Plenty of times people ignore my advice, and sometimes I'm grateful when they do it because it creates a lot more chaos, which makes me a lot more money. Peace does not make me any money. Chaos makes me money.
Yeah, what he's saying there is that my advice is not to speak on this publicly. He's saying this as he is publicly facing on their live stream to talk about this issue, right? But saying no comment probably goes a very long way. But hey, if you fuck up and you make way more trouble, because yeah, if there happens to be a pregnancy test that shows conclusively that you are in fact the father of the child, that there is going to be obviously repercussions. There's a mountain of evidence, let's just say, forming against you in this case. But if you don't, I'll make a lot more cash. Just so you know, as a lawyer, the worse this gets for you and everyone else involved, the better it gets for me. And I'm going to say that just plainly and out loud right now, so your audience knows.
But I'm telling you, my advice to you, and I've said this to you earlier privately, is there has to be, for the moment, no specific comment. There really has to be, because the level of issues that are being caused right now by a third party in terms of what they are exposing themselves to. There's an old saying, never interrupt the enemy when they're in the process of committing suicide. And this is a situation where
pretty strong terms to be using in this case, but of course, all right, not what I'm not accustomed to expecting on a Fresh and Fit podcast.
Are, as much as I know, you are dying to get the counter narrative and the facts out there, the reality out there, as opposed to the garbage that's out there right now.
Yeah.
An intelligent, strategic, successful man knows that irrationality.
I notice half the comments on YouTube are just like hashtag no condom, hashtag wear the condom, hashtag where's the condom. Condoms, bro.
Impulsivity and emotionalism are luxuries reserved for the ladies. They are not for an intelligent, strategic, thoughtful man who is making tactical moves on the advice of counsel. So that is my little rant.
Pretty wild. Yeah, find a lawyer who's going to be as misogynistic as your podcast is. Just get in there. Like, how can I give you legal advice while at the same time being something that I think that your fans would love? All right, I'll say this. If you want to be, again, a calculated, rational male, as only men can be, and not just, give way to your emotions as though those shopping women do, make sure that in this moment in time, you just don't say anything, all right? No comment. No comment goes a very long way.
That is my little caveat. And I'm glad you gave me the chance to say.
I got to say one thing, though.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
we do have the phone call.
But I will say this. I personally should not have nutted within a 304 like this. Now, granted, things happen, whether true or not. But, like you said, James, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Great time to start. Fair enough, I shouldn't say anything that could possibly incriminate me. I get that part. I understand that. And I just want to say, before I do that, just let's start this out. I also should not have ejaculated inside of her 3 times, which, yeah, pretty much. But starting now is the time, I think, to start not saying anything at all. I'm gonna stay quiet.
The info here I want to share with the chat.
This record, I have to tell you, the recording we are discussing, and in all of these situations, when there is a recording of this kind, which there always is, because why would you be recording the conversation unless you plan to use that to stick somebody up?
Yes, of course. So she's doing all this for money. Yes, she impregnated herself for the money.
Yeah.
Normal, rational human beings who are acting in good faith don't record their conversations.
But what if, as a normal, good, rational human being, you message someone and you were like, hey, by the way, I'm pregnant. I have evidence. Here's the 2 pregnancy tests to show you that I'm pregnant with your child. And the other person on the other end is like, I don't want to have that baby. Don't have the baby. Do something about it. Take care of it. And then you're like, no, I'm not going to take care of it. I want to have the child. So you now have to be responsible, as you said you would be, because you said that you wanted to have a family with me and all that kind of stuff. So you came in me multiple times, and then that just resulted in a pregnancy. Just so you know, all those times that you, again, busted inside me, this is the end result. So we're here now. At that point, if the other individual is not paying attention, or they're not agreeing, or they're just simply saying over and over again, I don't want to have a family with you, get away from me, well, then would it be rational or responsible to start recording conversations, or rational, responsible to start taking, let's just say, receipts, because you may know rationally that in the future you might have to have some kind of possible litigation in regards to the situation.
Especially, too, when they're being mindful of the fact that there's a difference between a one-party state and a two-party state when it comes to consent for recordings, and that, again, it's a felony in the state of Florida to record a conversation without the consent of the other party. And if you then publish it, that's a separate felony. So that's 2 felonies for the price of 1. But again, the reality here is, if you want to play the recording, go ahead. People have heard it. People have listened to it. You know what? Congratulations. You're important enough of a person that people actually pay attention when someone's talking about you. And that is in and of itself an accomplishment. There are a whole lot of guys right now who a girl is calling them and saying, I'm having a baby and it's definitely yours. And nobody cares. No one would care. No one's interested. Everyone's just looking at it.
Cool. Again, these are the weirdest flex. Unwanted pregnancies, and then potential fallout from the fact that you don't want to help raise the child. Yeah, it's happening all the time to people who are not nearly as famous as you are. So pretty cool that you're so rich and famous that people, they want to know about this.
Okay, whatever, it happens.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre thing to judge success by, I gotta say.
Reality is, in your situation, everybody's very interested in this. Everybody wants to talk about it. But again, the reality for you is there are civil and criminal remedies for the kinds of things that are happening here, and they're not to be leveled at you. So if we want to listen to that recording, you want to play that recording for anybody who's been under a rock and didn't get to hear it, fine. The only context I would give before playing it is listen to it. Is that a normal conversation? Is this a conversation of a woman who is having a sincere conversation with a human being? Or is this someone who knows that they're recording this? And when you know you're the one who's recording the conversation and that you can change it, modify it, splice it, edit it. You don't hear what was on the call before. You don't.
I feel like even though he's trying to be very vague, I know pretty much most of what his defense is going to consist of, like in court. I feel like he's pretty much laid out most of his game plan already publicly here on the show.
Don't hear what was on the call after. And to be candid, guys, you know, I don't know if anybody realizes we're living in 2024. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a courtroom where there is audio that we've had to have digital forensic experts.
Oh, is it even real? I mean, hey, don't play this and say that this is unedited. Make sure you play this and be like, sounds different. I don't remember saying this. Be like, oh, this kind of sounds like the AI version of me, because people have made AI versions of my voice before. That calls into question the validity of it as well.
Come in and spend $30,000 to show that it was modified audio. You know, you can go right now. There's any number of products available right now from OpenAI, ChatGPT, all the various companies that are doing this type of work, where you can take small snippets of someone's audio and you can have this person saying 5 or 10 sentences, and then you can literally dub anything that's to be said. And I have to tell you, you may not know it, guys. There's a lot of recordings of you talking out there. I could put together almost, if you said almost any word in the English language, I could find an example of you saying it. So again, I think it's very, very important, if you're going to listen to this or any recording
very salacious
of
lawyer.
Some poor innocent young
No, getting very Better Call Saul style vibes, right?
Woman who's calling some fellow and just happens to be recording it and just happens to be making sure that when she's having that conversation, she seems like something of a victim in the situation and keeps steering the situation in directions that would make for good, you know, good internet publication. You know, when you listen to it with that ear. See if it sounds a little bit different.
Let's play it just for the audience to kind of, because it's kind of actually crazy when you listen to it. And it's amazing that like people don't have the critical thinking skills to not see that clearly this was like intentional. And it's funny because she made this phone call and then literally within minutes it's up on Instagram. Like,
and I have to tell you,
like, I was like, what the hell?
I could have dubbed this call because as I'm listening, I'm going, oh yeah, it's this one. Like I have listened now to 50 of these from professional athletes, you know, influencers, hedge fund guys, top name surgeons in the city at top hospitals. I mean, it really is. Successful men have a target on their back. And this is one of the most classic old school shakedowns. This is one of those ones that, again, I could do the phone call. Like I could have told you.
Is it true or is it not true that y'all had sex? If that is true, is it true that you didn't wear a condom and that you came inside her multiple times? And based on, I'd say, your own words, that seems to be the case. Is it true that she got pregnant and has had a DNA test or a blood test to prove that the pregnancy is yours? Okay, so are you going to raise the child? If the answer is no, then yes, I think it's totally within her right to pursue getting some form of child support to have to raise that kid on her own now. Again, these aren't really following what I'm told, the whole manosphere, fetch and fit, you know, taking personal responsibility kind of stuff, what those roles are. But that doesn't really matter because, again, I think a lot of these things are just set up to make money. And I don't think Fresh and Fit legitimately care about men's health, and they certainly don't care about women's health.
I listened to it and I was like, oh yeah, it's that. It's like she went in and picked like menu option A.
Okay, thanks, lawyer. Let's get to the phone call.
Can't talk as much, but I'll give a little.
Go for it.
Obviously, I know that there's
because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you for a doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing.
Pause.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but she's using extreme language and she's calling, saying, I don't want to do this, etc. And she's fishing for a response, right? It's very obvious. And the thing, too, is that, like, I mean, I know this. Like, there was an agreement that they weren't going to ever have kids. Like, but why is she calling now saying, oh, I'm pregnant?
It's so funny because how she's talking, I'm, like, shocked because I'm like, normally you don't talk like this.
Yeah.
It's more like, it's following a script.
Yeah,
almost. But I'm like,
and it's good on your part because you didn't really say too much.
Nah,
but
I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So
again, there was an agreement that they weren't gonna like have kids or anything like that.
Extreme language. I'm pregnant. Yeah. You can tell right here she's using extreme language. Yeah, I'm pregnant. You're the father of the child. Extreme.
And then now she's coming in saying like, oh, I'm pregnant and I don't want to kill the baby and all this other stuff. And it's like, what the hell? Like, well,
she bought in religion.
Yeah.
I don't know enough because we don't watch a lot of Fresh and Fit. I don't know enough of their catalog to know what their stance on abortion or healthcare or women's healthcare specifically, or perhaps contraceptives or the use of contraceptives is. So I don't know how they position themselves, because I know they go in a lot of right wing circles, but there is a lot of right wing shows that go on where they will actually have conflict, say with like a Steven Crowder or something when he goes onto the show, because Fresh and Fit are like, well, yeah, but we're not about abstinence only. That's not what we. It's not the stuff that we preach. We talk about giving men an advantage in a world that's basically going to be stacked against them. So we want to give all the weapons that they need, the armory for them to be able to get high body counts, so that way that they're prepared for the future and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know what role or what their stance is on like abortion or using contraceptives.
I'm like, what are you doing right now?
She's not religious, guys. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, let's
They say raw is law. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, now would be a good time. If there's any people who are hate watching me who are also friends of Fresh and Fit, if you're going to be having sex or intercourse with new people, especially people you're not totally aware of who they've had sex with, wear a condom. For the love of God, wear a condom. They are very cheap. There is a lot of different kinds. You can find the kind that you like the most, all right? I know it's not as good. Trust me. I'm a bigger fan of sex without condoms than I am sex with condoms. But if I was having sex with someone for the first time or didn't know anything about them, or even if I was worried about a potential pregnancy, wear a fucking condom. Again, very, very cheap, very accessible, available everywhere. And you can find, the ribbed for your pleasure kind of ones that you want. Get out there, and then you will be able to enjoy the intercourse without having to stress afterwards about whether or not you're getting someone pregnant or whether or not you are catching or spreading STDs in the process. Regularly go get checkups. Make sure that if you are sexually active, that you are not carrying any kinds of STDs that you would be spreading to other people. And if you are, you have to make your future sexual partners aware of that, because you otherwise are intentionally going to be potentially endangering them. So yeah, wear condoms. Condoms are fucking a great invention that are available everywhere in many places for free, by the way. You can actually get free condoms in a lot of Vancouver, BC. Wear condoms.
Let's continue on.
Does this, records it, and immediately publishes it on the internet, and then continues to follow it up with more internet postings. What kind of human being, is a serious human being do that? Does a person who has any self-respect or respect for other people do that?
Does someone who actually want to have a kid do that? No. Like that's the other thing.
Now, you have a really misogynistic audience of people who are now going to be incredibly angry and online and doing a lot of stuff online. I'm pretty sure the social media accounts of this individual are pretty much being flooded right now, flooded with Fresh and Fit fans.
Too, for all you simps in the fucking chat right now. Abortion. Bro, do you think someone who's actually really pregnant with a child would do this shit? Like,
well, and what I'll tell you too is a classic.
Oh, sorry. Are you saying the child is
tactic on this? Classic tactic on this.
Like, some fucking Simpson in the chat.
It becomes the I'm going to need some money to terminate pregnancy. I'm also going to need some money to recover after that because it was very traumatic for me. Or if that shakedown doesn't work, it turns in a couple of months. I lost the baby. My goodness, I lost the baby. And by the way, now I'm very upset that I lost the baby. And obviously I'm not going to return the money for the stroller and for the car and for all the down payment on the condo that I said that I needed because I was going to have your child. But yes, I lost the baby. And if you say, well, are you sure you were pregnant?
So if you're the lawyer on the other end, are you just watching this being like, please keep going. Please keep talking legal counsel live on the Fresh and Fit podcast?
Oh, how dare you ask that?
To 16,000 people on YouTube and 12 on Rumble. It's hard to tell.
Look, I have something from Planned Parenthood that I've posted on my social media that, there's no way.
Is this the kind of stuff that you I guess we live in the day and age, thanks to live streams and all this kind of stuff, where you do see this stuff appear in court later, right? Like Alex Jones would do his trial and then he would go home and then he would do his show. And then the next day in court, they would show the show that he had done the day before. It's like, here's where you called the judge who's ruling over you satanic and part of some evil cabal. Look, here it is. You did that yesterday. Are you going to keep doing that tomorrow? I hope so. If I was the opposing counsel.
Edit a PDF, guys. Don't you know that? Don't you know there's no way to take a generic piece of paper from Planned Parenthood that anybody could get for $10 and change it to say whatever it is you wanted to say, and then in a few months just turn around and say, "Oh, I lost the baby. It's such a tragedy." And again, if you defend yourself, if you say anything in the court.
It's obviously a celebrity lawyer. A real lawyer would not do this. Like I said, that's the Saul Goodman, right? The Saul Goodmans of the world. Yeah, they want to be on camera. They want to be front facing. That part of them is also their fame, their infamy. You know, so they want to be the lawyer who got on the Fresh and Fizz podcast, talked a ton of shit about the sex worker who could just potentially be trying to extort this noble host of this podcast for money against his will, and that's clearly what we're seeing right here. You can tell.
Public opinion, you lose no matter what. Which is why, again, revenge is a dish best served cold. There are criminal and civil penalties for this kind of behavior.
Wait, I can't respond, right? Damn.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been reading it. Obviously, they're a mix. There's people who are making fun of Fresh and Fit and people who are obviously, supporting.
I want to say something so bad.
You cannot respond. Sorry. Mm-hmm. I'm directing you not to respond. I know you want to. They can kill me in the chat if they want to. Grow up, go to law school, and then you can tell your clients whatever the hell you want to tell them. But I am telling you, this is not the time to make this comment. Because I know there's a lot of additional information you have, because I know that information. But I'm telling you, now is not the time. Yeah. Let somebody just keep digging the hole. Let them just keep digging the hole, because that's the time you unleash the information.
So it goes on like this for a while. I want to get to the viral moments that you all saw where there was a very impassioned speech. And this is what I'm referring to when I say this is, if the Manosphere was a video game, you're basically about to see the bad end.
Piece of shit, right? And you don't sit there and you backbite them and attack them when they're down and everything else like that, or trying to get a gotcha moment or any of this other crap. They fucking respect you for that shit. Especially in this realm, in YouTube, where everyone's a fucking snake, bro. People are real snakes out here.
Yeah.
Like preying on your fucking downfall. Every day, there's people preying on us, like going down. People laugh when we got demonetized. People laugh when we get when anything bad happens to us, etc. But we're still fucking here.
And isn't it funny? People are like, "Oh, we call Fresh and Fit for comment." You didn't call us. You just made a video.
Who said that?
I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna say who. But they made a video, and it's like, "All right, cool. I see you, bro. I see how it is. I'm gonna stay quiet, but I won't forget." Actually, hashtag's still over there.
Okay.
There you go.
Damn, bro.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. People come out the woodwork, man, and it's wild because it's funny. It's like if you make a hit piece on Fresh and Fit, you're gonna get like a bunch of views because these people can't garner views without it, bro. They really can't garner views without it. It's crazy.
It's funny how whenever there's a big scandal, especially like with a huge YouTube channel, it doesn't matter who they are, that's usually the first line of defense. Is that like, oh, this is just people trying to get clout. They're just doing it for clout, you know? I'm not going to address the shit that I'm accused of, but I am going to say that that's the reason people are criticizing you. Yeah, there's a lot of people who might hate one of the biggest Manosphere podcasts where all you do is shit on women and fucking grift men, you know? Like, again, it's a podcast that's shitty for everybody.
Hello?
WRDDA goes, Fresh, did you see Bernard Riley?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Walter, that man in front of you is a true friend. The man is defending you left and right after tonight's shows. I want to take the man and go buy him an ice cream and get him a nice balloon. That's from Punisher. I appreciate that, bro. I mean, it really bothers me when people talk shit about my friends, bro. Like, y'all don't get it. Like, it really does fucking piss me off. When the Andrew Tate allegations came out, fucking pissed me off. When people talk shit about Fresh, gets me fucking mad. When people talk shit about Sneeko, etc. If you're my friend, you're my friend. I'm with you, regardless of whether it's convenient or not. You fucking pussies in the chat that say you're loyal to a fault. Shut the fuck up. That does not exist in my fucking vocabulary. Loyal to a fault, because you're loyal regardless. The whole definition of loyal is being loyal and sticking by somebody, whether it's convenience or.
Even when they're accused of human trafficking and pedophilia. Yeah. I mean, Andrew Tate, you know, he's bragged on camera about having sex with a 16-year-old and then calling ugly women by the same name. And that was the code name he was using. They've given courses, the Tate brothers have, on you know, his brother has given an entire course on how to take the virginity of teenagers. Really gross ass stuff. They're constantly talking about the age of consent. They're constantly talking about how it's ridiculous that the age of consent is not 16 in the West like it is in the UK, the enlightened UK for that. That really gross human beings on every level. Totally fine to look over and be like, oh yeah, well that's fucked up, that's sick, you know.
Not to fucking be there. I don't believe in this term loyal to a fault. Okay? And if the fault is death, then guess what? I die with a fucking spine. A lot of you motherfuckers are jellyfish. No fucking spine. And that's the reason why a lot of you motherfuckers are fat, triple chin, neck bearded, pieces of shit, fucking dorks with no money, and no one fucking respects you because you motherfuckers don't stand for nothing. If I stand with fresh, I die with fresh. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is, you motherfuckers. Oh shit, it's getting shaky. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave. I got 20 fucking real estate properties so I can tell motherfuckers, fuck you. My net worth is over $6 fucking million. I get money residually. I don't fucking need to do this shit, and I don't need to fucking sell my soul. I stand with my fucking friends. Period. Alright? Some of you motherfuckers need to get a fucking spine, you jellyfish, SpongeBob, and fucking pineapple house pieces of shit. It pisses me off how soft all you motherfuckers are, bro. It's ridiculous. You motherfuckers haven't stepped in the gym in 3 weeks trying to tell me how to fucking be loyal to my fucking friends.
It's so good. I love it. How quickly he's taking to just shitting on members of his own audience too. That's why some of you fuckers, you're out of shape. All right, you're all fat. You don't go to the gym. You know, you're all losers. You're all losers. Not like me. I own 20 homes, $6 million. All right, I get residuals. Motherfuckers. You pay me. Yeah, all of you. You made me rich. You all make me rich. That's how I'm rich. That's how I'm successful. That's what it's all about. That's why I can't sell you this blueprint. That's why I can't sell you how to become me, because I need you to be me. I need you to get me 20 homes. I need you to subscribe. I need you to donate. I need you. And I'm going to sell you the idea that I can make you like me. That's what it's all about, right? Yeah, I can make you just like me, okay? You can be surrounded by beautiful women. We're all going to be drinking. We're all going to be talking about sex for like 2 to 3 hours a day. I got 20 homes, beautiful cars. Look at all this shit. This could be yours if you're me, because that's what it is, if you become me.
I'm not going anywhere, all right? I'm tired of you motherfuckers. Leave Fresh. He's only done. Well, fuck you, all right? I don't need to make a fucking cent off this fucking podcast. I'm fine. My real estate will take care of me, because I knew that if I want to say what the fuck I want to say and not sell my soul, I need to go ahead and build residual income coming in every fucking month so I can sit here and tell you fucking haters, fuck you.
So what he's essentially saying is that he's a massive ass landlord. What he's done is he's bought a ton of property with all the wealth that he's accumulated by being the super famous podcaster that just shits on women all the time and then makes men into men who hate women. That's the whole thing. And you've made me, look how rich you've made me. And now all of you are asking me to abandon my co-host, which doesn't make a lot of sense because after all, the show is called Fresh and Fit. Right? You want to get rid of the fresh part. Well, then it's just fit. You know, I'm not going to do that. I don't think the scandal's gone far enough because I think we can all, you've seen, we can twist this whole scandal into, once again, this is how women try to manipulate you. This is how evil women are. All right? Even the ones that you may be having sex with and you think you have a good relationship and they say they like you and they love you and you introduce them to your parents and all that kind of stuff. And they might say that, like, I want to start a family with you someday. And then when all of a sudden it turns out that you have in fact impregnated them, maybe then at that point you want to walk away from the whole situation and then you have to 180 all of your beliefs and then say, hey, no, you can't do that. I don't want you to have the baby. And yeah, no, we have no part with each other. That could happen, but it's not going to happen now because this is still lucrative. I could still get maybe 25 more homes.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say, and I don't give a fuck what anybody got to say. I cannot be bought. I have my soul. I have...
Wait, no, but you're just explaining how bought you were by your own fans. I cannot be bought because you all made me so fucking rich. That's the beauty of this. Yeah, no, I can say whatever I want. Yeah, totally. Because it's not going to hurt my bottom line because the things I'm selling you keep making me money. They keep me rich. So I cannot be bought because you're the ones paying for the message I'm giving you right now. Isn't it great?
My spine, I have my integrity, I got my 10 toes and my 2 feet, and I fucking stand where the fuck I'm gonna stand, and if I die there, I'll die there with a smile on my face, because I can look in the fucking mirror and be happy with the man that I see, you pussy motherfuckers. You fucking losers that sit there and say, oh, it's getting rocky, Myron, you should leave. Why do you stay by Sneeko? Do you stay by the Tate? Do you still think they're with Trump? Chris is the idiot. Why are you still there? Chris drinks too much. Hey, shut the fuck up. That's why no one is...
She's still going. No one's making you do this either, by the way.
Respects you motherfuckers, because you don't stand for anything. If there's anything you guys can learn from this fucking podcast, learn this. We've been through hell together, We had people come at us. We've had death threats at us. People will fucking laugh at every time we fucking go through some bullshit. People make allegations on us. People have tried to absolutely fucking destroy us. And you know who was around me the whole fucking time? These fucking guys. So you motherfuckers can say whatever the fuck you want to say. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stand by the guys that stand by me, because you fucking pieces of shit aren't fucking there when I'm going through it. You pieces of shit aren't fucking there when I'm fucking figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna do because we got demonetized. You motherfuckers weren't there when everyone and their fucking mom came at us. You motherfuckers weren't there when I got the false accusation against me. You motherfuckers weren't there when this bitch lied and said that I got her pregnant when I fucking did it. And then you dumbasses 3 years later believe some bitch that makes the same fucking allegations again.
You have unlocked the bad ending. Yeah, this is the bad ending, unfortunately. I don't know where it's gonna go from here, but it is supremely funny to see this much of a meltdown. And again, it would be maybe a little less wild if the receipts weren't so like those leaks. That's not great. That's not great. Like, there definitely seems to be a confirmation, as we've already heard here, Fresh say out loud that he, in fact, yes, did perhaps impregnate this individual. Whether or not she's pregnant is the thing that they're disputing. They're saying, well, she could be lying about being pregnant. We don't know about that. But yes, I did come inside her multiple times and confirm that to her. And then I'm confirming that again on the show. And yes, I know no comment, but I just got to get this part out there. And now people being like, yeah, I don't know, this one looks kind of bad. You know, your own fans being like, this one looks kind of bad. I got 20 homes. I collect residuals. I got people paying me rent, okay? I'm well set up. I'm established. You can't take me down. I can do whatever I want now. I'm set for life. Look what you made me do.
You fucking idiots! I'm not going anywhere. I'm standing right fucking here. Alright? These guys were with me in my darkest times. I'm not gonna fucking leave them in their darkest times. Fuck you motherfuckers. I got my real estate, I got my money, I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere. I can't be bought.
That was real.
Oh, they should just played all the sound effects. Just start going, you know, do 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 do. Damn, where'd you find this? You know, like, he did a mic drop. Yeah. Well, I mean, the mic's on a pole there, so you got to do the headphone drop instead, right? But yeah, headphone drop for sure. Yeah.
Real talk from the heart. W. Myron. You broke the glass. And maybe the TV. Okay.
But it is! Okay? It is what it is, you motherfuckers! Oh shit! It's getting shaky! I don't know what I'm gonna do!
Howdy everybody. I just wanted to let you know that for the cost of a cup of coffee, you can unlock bonus uncensored episodes of Mind Explosions by going to patreon.com/theserfs. Our videos couldn't exist without your support, and all our content is released early to our Patreon subscribers, as well as a ton of extra content you can't get anywhere else. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up this channel, and if you're feeling extra perky, share it anywhere you think people would like to see or learn from our videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We first want to give a shout out to everyone who makes this show possible. This program is produced thanks to the generous support of our Patreon supporters: Anna Loves Riley, Arian McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbar Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multimondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Poppy, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Bomey, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demmel, Travis McClinton, and Words Greenwood, as well as every other person you see on the screen right now. This show would not be possible without them. And if you want to join these wonderful people who make this entire program possible, simply go to patreon.com/theserfs and you can unlock uncensored and bonus episodes and, you know, help us exist.